Hello, 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 and welcome to another episode of Imperial Galactic Survival. I am your currently questioning my own sanity creator, Akiva, and I'll be your host today. Now, why am I questioning my sanity? Well, if you look off in the distance, you'll see the insanity project that I don't know why I got out of storage, to be honest. I don't know why I got this thing out of storage. This thing back here is the wedge tail, and in front of me you see just a random bunch of bits and bobs. I'll come back to that later. And this is something that I this is what I was working on last Wednesday when I forgot to hit the recording button. Yeah. So yeah, I'm wading back into that pool of insanity. And I'm currently questioning my life choices when it comes to me forgetting to hit the record button. Anyways, I'm not upset about that at all. I haven't cried myself to sleep because I forgot to do that at all. And I didn't have a wonderful time recording where I had the perfect energy and everything, and I'm not upset about that at all. Yes, I am clearly still upset about that. Anyways, moving on. Just gonna sit here and laugh at myself because I went full drama king on that. I'm just like what the heck was I doing? So, anyways, yeah, that's what we're gonna be working on today. This is called the wedge tail. No, I didn't name it after. I didn't name it after the wedge tail. What was it? A fighter or something? Or no, it wasn't an animal? Hold on, let me Google this before I shoot my mouth off and have every Aussie in chat want to send poisonous spiders to me. Oh, it's an eagle. I feel... it's also an AWACS, but yes. And it's also a line of campers, but we're not advertising today. We're not advertising campers today. No, that's not the objective of today's stream. Anyways, after I stopped working on this and realized my recording was corrupt, and I had an idea. I know, put your tinfoil hats on and prepare to get the fire extinguishers keep those fire extinguishers on standby. My brain might overheat, and yeah, that's not good for my CPU processor. Anyways, playing into that meme a little bit too much there. Yeah. No CIA. I'm human, at least for tax purposes. I know you're. I know you're. I know you're listening to this. It's fine. Anyways, yeah, I am. I got a note from them in the mail the other day, being facetious here, and it said, "You are frankly too boring for us to worry about. Stop saying that we're watching you." Can you imagine if I actually got a notice like that from the CIA? It'd be like, wow, I'm too boring for them. Okay. That wouldn't be a blow to my ego, would it? I don't know. I don't have too much of an ego. Too much of an ego. At least I don't think I do. I should probably not be worrying about that too much. Now, what I'm doing is just copying and pasting this right now, because what I want to do is I want this bridge section, but at the same time I don't want it right here, and I'll touch on that in just a moment. Is it that layer that I need to I don't know, we'll figure it out. Okay, so I'm gonna put a block there, put a block there, and you know what? I'll deal with that in a sec. Anyways, We're gonna go ahead and hit selection, and I'm gonna go ahead and just select this. And there's no easy way to select this but to do it manually right now because, well, yeah. The purpose of this is to create a backup copy of what I'm working on here, a backup of like the section that I'm modifying, because what I am going to end up doing is getting rid of this and trying something. You know what? Actually, it would just be smarter for me to hit Alt-O. Save as. Do I have this saved? Oh wow, I'm on version 6 at the moment. W dash wedge tail. And this is, I think, XI. No, that's 11, not XI. Sheesh, it's VI. JV. Yeah, I don't know the Greek alphabet other than just the characters. I don't know how to say them. So I should probably stop making a fool of myself. Not a chance of that. Anyways, since I've saved a copy, I can revert to this version, or if I need to, just or at the very least, just come back to this version. Did I set symmetry plane before doing that shenanigans? No, I did not. Of course I didn't. Well, let's go ahead and set that. That would have been smart. I'm not that smart. Not today, anyways. Well, lovely. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. So, you might be wondering, Akiva, what the heck do you have in mind? Well, insanity. That's what I have in mind. And I am very well aware of my own insanity. Let's go ahead and get the Aurora out. That is ZOPV Aurora. By the way, somebody asked me for some piece of insanity, and well, I sent them this. Now, I'm not gonna say anything more on that, but needless to say, it was the catalyst for me just turning this into an OPV, and the reason I'm spawning it right now is because I made this like core version, this core right here, and what the space of the reactor was. So I converted this into a vanilla OPV with a drone bay because, well, what other great way to fill up a massive amount of space in the internals where there was a bunch of RE shield components. So I'm just like, yeah, I'll just convert that into an OPV. I didn't realize there was a blank hole here. Oops. Oh well, whatever. I'll update this BP once I'm done taking the piece of it. I don't need that core, but you know what? I'm gonna grab it anyways. I'll just remove it later. There is a method to my selection madness, and it's not a great method, but in tight spaces like this, you just gotta make do. Okay, so I need to cut that box 1. cut it again. And I think I'm good. Okay. So this thing, once I get it out of here and actually move it over to where I want it, is using some of the new blocks that were added in the recent block update. And these are some fun blocks. I haven't found a use for them yet because I haven't used these particular blocks yet because I just don't use curves a lot. And yeah, I found a use for curves. Okay. Did I really just... Yeah, I did. Okay, whatever. Okay, let's just go ahead and get rid of those extra blocks. Let's make sure to get rid of that core within. I mean, I can always add it later if I want to. Is that piece still there? Yes, it is. Good, good, good. Let's just go ahead and add some fuel tanks so I can actually see what I'm doing. I should have just built it on the other thing, but whatever. Okay. Now that has been added, I want to do some other shenanigans with it. As you can see here, this is just a random project that I did at one point, and I'm just seeing if... No, not really. Oh, right. I remember now. Whatever. Okay, well, I guess it is what it is. Can I use something like this? Yes, yes I can. Okay. Alright, so let's go ahead and turn on the symmetry planes for this. I know it's contradictory symmetry planes from the other thing, but let's go ahead and get started. And I want to get that texture and color. And I'm just going to paste that here to start. And the idea behind this, okay, whatever. The idea behind this is to create sort of a RP reactor looking thing, and I wanted to do it in the GEI style because that is just fun. And I didn't turn on the I didn't turn on this third symmetry plane because of course I didn't, because that would have been too... Dang it! Well, that one's set properly. Now I gotta reset these two. Okay. Now when I turn that selection back on, the red's where I want it. Okay, perfect. Now I'll save some time. Let's see here. I can just flip it, it's fine. Let's go ahead and just pull this up a little bit. And go like this. No, I don't want it that far up. I want it to Yeah, I guess I do want it that far up. Okay. Next, I will flip this. I already had it selected properly. I already had the rotation properly. Lovely. Then I will do... Do I really want to do that, or do I want to do this? I don't know. I'm indecisive at the moment, so I'm just going to try things. And it's not centered properly. Lovely. Oh, whatever. Still looks wonky. Okay, fine. Get out of my way. Right. And I just removed something that I didn't want to remove. Okay. That looks boring. Ah, whatever. Add some visual intrigue. Let's see. How can I add some visual intrigue? That just looks a little wanky. Alright. I just said that. I just realized what I just said. Oh, whatever. I meant to say janky, but it didn't come out clearly. That looks kind of better. Let's just go ahead and propagate the shape. Of course. Come on, give me the shape. Thank you. I'm not gonna keep it that full glowy, okay? It's fine. Next, I'm gonna pull out these blocks. I'm gonna be starting to use these because I want to bring it in somewhat. So let's put that there, and let's flip that. No, wrong button. Page up, not home. My key bindings might be different than yours, which is why I never say what my key bindings are. Yeah, that's a thing. That did not work. It's not far enough in. Really? Just got rid of that one. Okay, fine, I'll texture it. I'll texture the one that's already done, that I'm happy with. Even if it's a temporary texture. Because I have to fix those textures eventually anyways. That's not what I wanted to texture, but okay. Yeah. Boo. Maybe it is okay. This is why you... I don't know. Just fake it until you make it, I guess. It's not a phrase I like to live by, to be honest. Oh, I didn't have the right block selected. Okay. Faking it until you make it. Who came up with that lazy hogwash? Some sort of like traveling salesman, like P.T. Barnum or something? I don't know. I like the irregular shape there, how it is a little bit irregular, but at the same time, it's meh. Come on, give me the shape I want. Thank you. Fine, I'll put you on that side. Be cooperative, blocks. Just be freaking cooperative. Give me what I want without me having to think about it. I know how insane that sounds. Alright, now comes the moment of truth. Control-Shift-A. Copy, paste, rotate. Yeah, I thought so. I mean, it looks really cool, but at the same time, it's just not what I want. It's not quite exactly what I want. Alright. Let's go ahead and move it down one, so it's lined up with the hull. What I'd like to do, maybe I can get that done. I don't know. Let me symmetry plane. Turn off those two symmetry planes. Reset this one to the lower Q. Turn those symmetry planes back on. Do it properly this time. I think simpler is better in this case. One problem with working with the glowies is you can't always see what you're working on. So I'm just adding these blocks here right now because I want to be able to select this thing as one piece. Because I want to do a check of how it fits in the ship. I want to go ahead and just put it in the ship, Control C. Excuse me, Control Shift A to select that block, and then I just go into the end menu and hit Control C, and then I deselect it to move it from one structure to another. And then let's put selection here, paste it, line it up. Maybe. Maybe. Yeah, it looks like it fits. Okay. Now, the objective here is not to necessarily get rid of anything that's already placed here, so I don't want it overlapping anything or replacing anything because I want to be able to fit it in here and just look at it. Now, I am going to pull it back about 5 or so spaces because I want to be able to create the area that will link it up. Okay, the block shaping that will link it up. Okay, well, that was as far as my plan for this stream went. Now it's time to improvise for the rest of the episode. Yeah, anyways, I'm going to go ahead and leave that there and go back over to this build because I want to finish doing the texturing. It already has the same color palette. I don't need to do texturing for that. Okay. Now, as I said before, I will need to fix the texturing. We're gonna go through and do that right now. Let's see here. I am going to leave these the solid color. And then only change that. Did you copy correctly to the other side? Yes, you did. Okay, good. No. Yeah, actually, that's fine. Okay. We have to get unbearably close to get this one textured behind a console. I think I like that color better for this. Yeah, that's better. I have some ideas about that. Anyways, let's see here. Ah, dang it! I forgot to to clear out the textures properly. Forgot to align the textures properly. So I have to do this for every surface because the symmetry plane often buggers up the alignment somewhat. So I'm gonna have to do this for every single one of these. And please don't go off in the comments saying you missed one, because I know I will have missed one, okay? And I'll find it later, and it'll be in the patch notes of the build update, and I'll laugh, even though I cry inside about having to do this dang texturing crud. Anyway, let's not count our chickens before they hatch. I like it. I'll be seeing these textures in my dreams again tonight. They'll make a presence in my dreams tonight. I'm just like, nah. You think I'm joking about that? I'm not. It's happened, and it will happen again. I'll see Egyptian hieroglyphics, or Xeno hieroglyphics, or whatever these things are called. Your friggin' dreams. Oh no. Anyways, yeah. Let's not comment on that too much. Anyways, yeah. Nothing to see here. Move along. I'm not being a complete insane person. Oh, might help if I turn on symmetry plane. Glad I remembered that. I'm fine with that texture on the internal. Actually, I think I'm fine with that texture there too, to be honest. No, it draws too much attention. Whoops. God damn it. Really hard on the eyes to watch this, just to figure out where these textures are. And just like, nah, whatever. So the reason I'm spending so much time on this right here and now is because A, I'll forget about it later. B, I had a good point there. I swear I had a good point. I think B is... You know what? I'll come back to that because I completely forgot what B was. There's more than one reason I'm doing this now. Oh right, it's because I want to be able to move this. So if I make a mistake or I screw something up over here or I have to remove it, I'll still have this here, and I can use this, either bits and pieces of this or this whole thing, on something else, even if it doesn't fit in that build over there. So it's always good to just save it as bits and pieces, you know? And yeah. It's just something I do because it saves me time on the back end. Just testing things. Scratching my throat this late at night. Anyways. Maybe I do need some tea. No, that'd keep me up all night. Who am I kidding? I wouldn't be able to sleep. I mean, would that be a bad thing, though? Not really. Oh. I didn't realize that I had cut that. Okay. No, redo. Symmetry plane. And since this has already been textured, I'm just going to put it here. Because it's already been textured and done properly, so it's completely fine. You know what? That was an accident. That was a complete and utter accident, and now I kind of like it. It doesn't look as good from the outside. Okay. Yeah, that doesn't add anything. Okay. Congratulations, you've encountered a shape that doesn't exist. And what you want isn't possible at this time. Please check back again in a few years. But I don't wanna. I want it now. Anyways, yeah. You know what? To be honest, I think it's just gonna be this or nothing. So I'm gonna go just with this. Of course, it's flipped. Arrgh. by the way, please let me know in the comments if you can hear the tunes, or the music, or... Wow, I sounded really old then. If you can hear the music, sometimes I just don't know, okay? And even if I watch the video, like I upload the video and I watch it, and then when I actually see it on YouTube, like not in the video preview, it doesn't have the music, and I'm just like, I don't understand. So yeah, just let me know if you can hear it or not. If you can't, I'll try again. I'll smash some more buttons. You think that's a joke? It's not. I literally just smash buttons and flip toggles and just do random stuff in the OBS until it decides to work. So yeah, I don't pretend to understand OBS on any meaningful level. Mainly what I do is I encounter a problem and try to explain it to Reddit, or try to explain it to Google, and then Google takes me to a crap ton of useless articles, and then usually, like 99% of the time when I encounter an issue, Reddit has the answer of all places, and it's an answer that is actually helpful and very, very easy to find. And I don't know why Reddit is helpful in this case, but Reddit is very helpful to sorting out OBS issues, apparently. I don't know if it's just me, or if it's just if Reddit just understands how my brain works, which is a scary thought to say the least. But Reddit has been very, very helpful, so yeah, there's that. So yeah, we'll see. Now I really don't know how I'm gonna link this up, and I have some ideas, which I will execute one of the ideas and implement it. Wow. Word choices, Akiva. Word choices. Anyways, but to be honest, just like, it's at that point in the build where you're just you're just throwing stuff at the wall and hoping that something sticks to the final build, and it's nerve-wracking, but it's exhilarating at the same time, if I wanted to explain it. That's not lined up. There we go. And it is what it is. I mean, it is what it is. And I go through this. Yeah, I know. Oh, there's something I want to point out before I go on this tangent any further. It's that this has actual decoy generators in it, because I pulled this off of the Aurora. And the Aurora is built, you can find the Aurora on the workshop, the Reforged version anyways, on the workshop, and I put these generators around the edges in places where they will take fire first. And I imagine I've shown this off before, and these generators are just designed to keep fire away from anything on the internals. Like, I mean, there's nothing really critical in the wings other than like the shields. I mean, other than the solar panels and stuff, and some fuel tanks and some storage. But yeah, there's a generator there, but that's because this is the OPV version. But the point is that I make sure to try and guide enemy fire to go to certain places on the ship. See, on the internals, you've got these decoys. I don't like the first generator they're targeting to be a fusion core or something of extreme value that's probably gonna save your ship from blowing up. So I try and put generators on the outskirts, and I As a result, because I'm copying it directly from that, there are generators in this section here, which are in the central area. So I don't know if I'm going to keep them there, but for the moment, they're there. Yes, I know that landing pad said SV build area because I was using it for the Shadow Viper project, which, let's be honest, I don't know what I'm doing with this. It's just, it's one of those projects where you get to a certain point and you're just like, I'm all out of ideas. Nothing looks good. Let's set it aside. I mean, it's almost done. To be honest, I actually could work on this if I really wanted to. But I don't know what I'm going to do to link these sections. To link this shape with those shapes there. And the Eternals are... Excuse me, not the Eternals, but the internals are not really great as either. So there's that problem. And I don't have any ideas. So hopefully when I'm doing my insights and analysis build videos, I'll see something that sparks some inspiration, or when I'm working on some other project, inspiration will spark, and I'll be able to continue. Now, something else I would like to note, because I currently don't want to work on that right now, is that you may see that the Aurora here looks very, very similar to the Reaper's back end. And that is literally because I copied it and pasted it there and then just reworked it to fit on the Reaper. The Reaper project is currently stalled because I haven't carved out the time, I haven't had the focus to fill this thing up with LCDs. And I haven't had the guts not kidding here, the guts to ask, Alessia, can you just have some fun with this and fill it up with LCDs of this style? And I don't like asking, like, people to spend hours upon hours and hours for me, on projects for me, because I'm just too lazy to do it myself, even though I can do it myself. You know, it's something I don't like doing. And it's... I don't know if I'm sabotaging myself or not, but it is what it is, okay? And it's one of those things where it's just like, do I really want to ask this person to do it? Are they too busy? If I ask them to do it, will it be 3 years later before it gets done? Not Alessia, I'm sure it won't be like 3 years later, but I know he has a lot of, like, IRL stuff to do, and I hate asking, you know? Anyways, I should probably stop talking about it because I need to just make up my mind. Yeah, whatever. Undo. I want that generator to be painted. Give me a sec. I want it to be white. Does that look better? Yeah, that looks a little bit better. I didn't mean to paint that, because I just want it to be noticed behind the glass, and it might help if I... No, that does not help, actually. I just want it to be noticeable, but I don't want it to be... how do I say this? Oh, right, the animation for the generators is currently not working, so I don't know why I'm looking for the animation there. Yeah, it's a bug from the last update. It's known, it's being fixed, and should be fixed in the next update. Last I checked, unless something else delayed it. Okay. I'm just taking a look around. I know I've probably gone through this doorway already. So, I really like this build because well, it's one of my builds, but let's not put it that way. I like this build because of this elevator back here. This elevator and how the sort of shaping went back here. This was something I spent a lot of time on and I had a lot of fun with. Just between the different levels, what I like to have is a jetpackable area between levels so that you can just jetpack around instead of taking elevators everywhere. That, come on, anybody who plays Imperion is like, elevators suck because of like so many issues with them. I don't remember how I got into that room. Oh, it was up over here. And I just like to be able to jetpack around. It's as simple as that. And then you look up and you've got these hallways that split out, or that split up and then merge back into this back level here. And then you've got your main elevator back that goes all the way up the ship. So it comes from the lower bridge here, which has some texturing issues. All the way up to the top bridge up here. Right, that bug. Okay. That's something I need to do. This is something I had to do with the Aurora. You cannot interact with the blast door from below the blast door for whatever reason. I don't know if it's a bug or if it's intended behavior. I suspect it's intended behavior, to be honest. For several reasons that I won't get into right now. But I do suspect it's intended behavior. That's not what I meant to do. So this is here more for RP than it is for practicality. Come on, open up, thank you. And then you have the warp core back here, which reminds me I need to... Now, I spent a lot of time texturing back here, and it was a huge pain in my butt, but it was worth it. Mind you, missing texture again. No idea what that was about, but okay. And I chose this shade of pink because it's through... Excuse me, I chose that shade of pink because through that glass, it actually lines up somewhat with the tank. And there are different shades there. Okay, good. I'm not getting radiation there. That's always good. So in here is a secure spawn chamber, and it's not directly on the bridge. I mean, you have one on the bridge here too, but it is what it is. I needed to fill in that room. Okay, don't judge me too much about that. I mean, you're always free to judge me, but I mean, you know what I mean. Oh, right, I was going to texture downstairs. Okay, let's go all the way down. There's also a room at the bottom down here. So when you look up, it's pretty cool. There's also a room down at the bottom to get to this jetpack elevator, but you do have to go past this actual elevator. Because, of course you do. I mean, to be honest, if you're in space, if you're flying around in space, you're going to be using the top bridge. And if you're on a planet and need to get the heck out of Dodge because your ship's getting attacked and you're outside your ship, that's what this bridge is for. This is for getting the heck out of... This is the get the heck out of Dodge seat. This is the medical armor locker and stuff that you need for on the ground. You've got your medical on that side and that side. It's split out, so you've got full medical down here. I'm just gonna do that, and then, yeah, there we go. Because this has already been textured, I just need to get the color right. Then again, maybe it hasn't been textured. He says literally half a second later. That's not the texture I want for that, but okay. Really? You're gonna do me that way, texture? Okay. Okay. I see how it is. Oh, not texture, hitbox. Gonna do me that way, hitbox. Okay. Yes, I know that doesn't I know it doesn't perfectly line up, but I'm not going to worry about it too much. For the simple reason of I'm not rotating those blocks to make them fit, okay? If you want them fixed like that, do it yourself. If you want those textures to line up because of your LCD, do it yourself, okay? I have my limits to texturing. Oh, wow. It has already been an hour. And, you know what that means? It's time for the end of the stream, or for me to, at the very least, start ending the stream. Now, I want to say thank you to everybody for watching. I hope you enjoyed my, antics, insanity. I don't know what it is, but I hope you enjoyed. It would really help me out if you hit a like, if you hit that like button down below, that thumbs up, like icon, and if you leave me a comment. Hit that subscribe if you find value in my videos, or if they're just entertaining, or you just want to sit there and say, that guy's nuts, go for it. I hope you have a wonderful day. Remember to be kind to your fellow humans, and try not to seek conflict where none is intended. And try not to create conflict. I know that's exceedingly hard, but just that little extra effort every day helps. Just make the world a little bit of a better place every day. That's just what I wanted to say. Anyways, thank you to my patrons. I'm still working with Patreon to get the names from them because anyways, I talked about this in the last video. I'm not going to touch on this again. This will be updated soon. I say soon as in soon TM because, well, yeah. Anyways, hopefully it's updated by the next video. I am recording this video about 2 days ahead of time. So, yeah. Yeah, it is what it is. Anyways, Banshee out. Have a good day.